Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the atmosphere selector of our world around us, and this time we will try to discuss some, I would say, more sociological issues that are not so often discussed. There is a common notion that in the society that losing social ties, losing also ties that were imposed by societies in some regions of the world in the past on the sexual intercourses between men and women, that marriages were arranged to larger or lesser extent by the families or friends, and so on and so on. Many people think that losing these ties, abandoning these practices of arranging marriages, opened a new field, especially for guys who allegedly benefit the most for sexual adventures, and guys are the ones who really benefit from it. True is a little bit more sophisticated because yes, guys benefit from it, but these are not all guys who are available on the market at the moment. This is only 5 to 6% guys who, due to their physical and mental features, can be regarded as very attractive for the vast majority of women, and I would call them colorful roosters. And these colorful roosters, especially in the young age, grab the attention of majority of their female peers, and the rest of guys practically is left with nothing. So they are frustrated, they go to computer games, other not so very good substituents of the activity that they could do with females. I don't mean only sex, but also spending time, developing socially, and so on and so on. They are deprived of this. And many ladies, of course, want to get these colorful roosters, so there is a huge competition. So these colorful roosters, these guys who are regarded as attractive by vast majority of ladies, are very often becoming spoiled, cynical guys who really use the opportunity they have to get more and more females, change them more and more often once they get bored. So it's not so easy, it's almost impossible for ladies to stay for long in these colorful roosters guys, because they are not interested in long-term relationships. That's why it doesn't work. And such frustrated ladies, later they some of them want to have somebody because it's not nice to be alone, so they have to lower their expectations with respect to the guys. They finish as broken-hearted or broken-hearted and with kid, as single moms. So they are looking for the guy to compensate the loneliness and financial troubles. Most likely they will find it, because in current market there are many guys who are not colorful roosters, as I mentioned, and even if they work to become better versions of themselves, as they should, they are not able to reach the level of colorful roosters to compete with them for other females. So such a female, after bad adventures with colorful roosters, will always find a guy to be after her. And sometimes this lady will make proper conclusions and the relationship will be good and happy, but very often she doesn't make proper conclusions, and the relationship is based on frustrations, because despite the fact being with a guy she is currently with, she will always dream about the moments with colorful roosters, which were lost for the unknown reasons to her, despite the fact she was doing her best to keep the colorful rooster with her. But she tends to forget that colorful rooster, as I mentioned before, was never interested in serious relationship for long. He was interested for looking for another attractive hen. That's it. And this is the reality. And this fact, of course, causes such situation that social structures, they are disintegrating, family is disintegrating, and people who are suffering the most due to this situation, of course, are children from such misfortunate relationship where parents are frustrated and do not love each other. This is how I see it. That's why many societies in the past decided to act against it, and they just establish the institution of marriage and try to organize it somehow, prearranged or arranged. Of course, none of the systems is perfect. Everyone can lead to some misfortunate situations or pathologies, but looking statistically how it looks and how it develops and which societies are more stable and more demographically developing, we see that the spectators of my channel, they know that I'm not for regulations so much. I would like to have fewer and fewer of them, but these things I think should be regulated by good traditions that are seemingly working, what history and presence shows that in the societies in which these forms of pre-arranged marriage or arranged marriage works, this reality shows that these practices are good for the society and for people as well, because thanks to this fact, many men and many women have chances to have children and they have chances to have a partner. Otherwise, like in the societies where sexual liberation occurred, it turns out that only colorful roosters can have almost unlimited choice. They get spoiled, they do not establish family, they spoil many women, and the rest of guys are is left with nothing or with leftovers after colorful roosters. And in most cases, these couples are not so happy because guy is frustrated because he is not the first choice for this lady, and lady is frustrated because this guy is not first choice for her. And she always dreams about this colorful rooster she lost in the past. So we should be aware that some social structures and social limitations, this is the main conclusion of this movie, were not created for no reason. They were created on the basis of the observation of human nature, and they have really a clear goal for them. And this goal is simple, very simple. It's just to keep society running and keep society demographically healthy, and keep it in one piece, because this is not the easy stuff. And we should remember that even before the Second World War, in majority of European countries, there was a still good institution of family and friends trying to make a couple live together and trying to keep the family together. Of course, it was not working in 100%, but as I mentioned, there is never there is no perfect system. But we should look also sometimes look at the society as a whole and how some solutions and social structures affect the society on a long run. Is this society developing or is this society disintegrating? This is the choice what we have. And sometimes, because of living in a society, the freedom of individual should be a little bit limited. And these things I'm telling the man who has really libertarian inclinations, but I always try to be realistic, and I always ask myself the question what we really want and what we really need. And we need functional societies to live in. Otherwise, in the wilderness that occurs after the fall of the societies, we wouldn't survive for long. Have a nice day, all the best, bye, and take care.